Today I'm going to talk to you about the maze. What is the maze? 99.5% of you watching this video probably have no idea what I'm talking about right now and how the maze could be a spiritual concept. So I think it's really an important thing to bring to your attention so that you understand this concept and can work with it in your spiritual growth journey. Hey there, my name is Melissa and I'm your spiritual coach and intuitive mentor to help you to know your life purpose and develop your spiritual abilities. So if that resonates with you, please hit that subscribe button so you can stay connected with this spiritual community. A great place to start on your journey is to check out my free How to Hear a Message from Your Angels video training. You can see the link for that below. Start to get direct messages from your angels so you're no longer wondering if you're making it up and second guessing things. Alright, so today I'm going to share with you probably a concept that is brand new to most of you watching, and that is the maze. Okay, so the maze is an analogy for a concept that we all work with. So you can think about literally a maze. I've been to England many times and there are some really cool mazes there that are built with hedgerows, right? And they are very, very tall. So once you're in the maze, you really can't cheat. You can't duck under a fence and get your way out of it. You are in that maze until you find your way out. Being stuck in a maze is not fun, of course, right? So this is an analogy to describe what you experienced in your first 7 years of life. In the first 7 years, you're just pure feelings. You absorb the feelings, the beliefs, the energy, the concepts from the people that raise you. Right? So for most of us, it's parents. It could be other people in your life, step-parents, grandparents, etc. Even teachers can be part of the maze. But it's those early formative years. Almost all of our blockages are formed in the first 7 years of life. Now, of course, it's not all bad. There are some concepts that you learn from your first 7 years that can serve you in a positive way. And that's why you actually chose and attracted your parents in the first place. But the maze, what we're talking about today, is that environment that you're in. Right? The people in your life, the adults in your life in your early years created that environment and you don't have a choice. You are in it, right? A little kid does not have the capacity to leave that environment. You don't have a choice in the matter. So you are imprinted with the energy that's going on there. So let me give you some examples that you may or may not relate to, but I'll throw some examples out there. So if you grew up in an environment where there was alcoholism, it can be very unpredictable. You don't know from one day to the next what your parent is going to be like. One day they're angry and they're yelling. The next day they're playing and they love being with you. And you are trying to navigate that environment, the unpredictability of it. That sets up certain habits and patterns within you. Maybe a cautiousness, maybe being very, very aware of knowing that things are never really going to be successful because the shoe is about to drop. Maybe you grew up in an environment, in a family, where there was very little feelings. Feelings were suppressed. Nobody ever expressed that they love each other, or maybe you were told, if you're a boy, right, that boys don't cry, or don't be overly emotional, keep quiet, children should be seen and not heard. And so if you are in that kind of an environment, it's going to set up certain patterns within you because it's been imprinted time and time and time again. If it just happened once, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But the maze is that over and over again being programmed in a certain way. Okay, so if it was an environment where there's a lacking of feeling and emotion and expression of emotion, you are going to actually start to feel that you are not good enough, that you should isolate yourself, and that you have this lingering feeling of something is wrong with me and I just don't know what it is. So the maze is, you are in it, and what happens as we grow into adulthood, we continue those patterns that we were imprinted with from the maze. There are some very common ones in our society, some beliefs that people hold to be true and just think that that's the way life is, when actually life can be anything you decide it can be. There's these concepts that permeate our society, and were probably part of your family maze, that limit you. So a common one might be something like, you have to work really, really hard to just get by. Right? You'll never be financially successful. Or that boys don't cry one is a really common one. If you're female, maybe it's if you take charge, then you're bossy. Maybe, you know, as a female, you should be a people pleaser and put everybody else first before yourself. And don't go for big goals. A woman's place is to be with the family and to provide and to connect and to nurture. And we take on these kind of beliefs as if they're true. But the thing is, they don't have to be, right? Another common one is that you need to be safe and secure and be in a 9-to-5 job with health insurance. There's a lot of people had very strong upbringing like that. Or you must go to college and get a college degree in order to be successful. And there's so many people that believe that. That's what happens in our society, is that there are amazing jobs like being a plumber or being a carpenter that pay really great money, and nobody wants to do them because somebody taught us that you have to be book smart in order to be rich. And it's actually not true. You can be amazingly wealthy without any of that. You can be amazingly wealthy with developing your own skills, working with your hands, right? Doing the trades. And yet there's all these concepts that tell us that that's not possible. So it's really helpful to start to see, how has the maze from family or society influenced me and my decisions? Has it made me think that this is just the way life is and I don't have any control over it? You now get to take a look at which beliefs from the maze are working from you and which are not. Anytime you feel any indecisive kind of an energy, a stuck energy, those of you that have had the orientation profile or the Communicate with Angels course, have a look at your spiritual consultation sheet where you learned about your positive, indecisive, and negative energy. That indecision energy is where the maze comes in. So for some people it's 10%, for some people it's 15%, sometimes even higher. That amount of time you're living in the maze, you're living in concepts that you were taught but actually aren't true for you on a soul level. That's what causes the indecision, because your soul is wanting you to move forward with what you've come to do and fulfill your contracts and experience growth and joy and fulfillment and abundance. And the concepts from the maze want to stop that, right? And that's why you feel indecision, because your soul is wanting one thing, but the things that you've been taught to be true and that you've started to believe are true are telling you the opposite. And so there's this conflict, and that's what causes any indecision. The will I, won't I don't know what to do, I feel stuck, I can't see any way out of this. All of those kind of feelings are actually the result of you being influenced by your maze. So how do you get out of the maze? Remember those hedgerows? You're stuck in it. What are you going to do? Slowly but surely you start to realize what concepts you picked up from your parents and how you can replace them with new beliefs that are more in alignment with your true, authentic soul self. It's a process, it's a journey, but it's one that is so, so worth it. There are too many people in our society right now feeling stuck and anxious and depressed because they're living from the maze rather than their true soul journey and joy. So I want to help you to be part of that healing process so you can actually fulfill what you came to do this lifetime and not get sidetracked from it. I would love that for you. Learning how to be your true authentic self without pressure and outside concepts is a huge part of what I offer in my Authentic and Aligned program. So take a look below. There's if the program isn't open for enrollment at this time, get yourself on the wait list, because if you want to live this journey of being in your true soul authentic self, then Authentic and Aligned is the place for you to be. So go ahead and sign up for the wait list, or enroll if you're lucky enough to be watching this at a time when enrollment is open. And I can't wait to connect with you and chat with you about that opportunity of the Authentic and Aligned program. Heal that maze. The next video I recommend you watch is called How to Find Life Fulfillment. If you have been feeling stuck and you want to have more joy in your life, this video will help you with that. So I'll see you on over there.